Oh my God, again.
Yeah, we gotta go.
I'm starting to regret my idea.
Oh my God, dude. I just got attacked by a bear out here.
In October 2022, a solo camper from the YouTube channel Alyssa Vanilla parked her van on remote BLM land outside Tucson, Arizona. Her channel follows solo female van life, long drives, quiet camps, and the reality of living alone in open landscapes. That day, temperatures approached 100 degrees, the desert was empty, and a single tree provided rare shade. It felt isolated, manageable, until someone realized she was there.
Currently, I think it's like 96 degrees, and I'm parked, as you can kind of see by the shadow, in front of a tree. The one tree I found in the desert, thank God. Oh my God, I'm getting bit by fire ants. What the hell? Dude, I was like, what's stinging me? Okay, I needed some space to myself. I've been in the city for a few days. I did laundry today, so I need a place to just put my laundry away. So I was in town and I just grabbed a pizza and then came out here. I need space to myself. I want to test to see if I'll make it in courtside, but it is really hot. Again, if this tree was not here, I wouldn't be.
She starts by settling into the campsite, focused on practical tasks, cleaning, organizing, dealing with ants moving through the heat. The van is positioned beneath the only tree in sight, surrounded by open desert. The area feels quiet, almost too quiet, with no indication of other campers nearby. As she works, the feeling of being completely alone becomes more noticeable just before the sound of an engine cuts through the silence.
Hi.
I'm just kind of checking, making sure everybody's got enough water and...
Oh, okay. Are you a ranger or?
No, I just live close. So I kind of come out and check, make sure, because I know there's a lot of people that come out here that don't have a lot.
I'm fine right now.
I had shit stolen from my house 2 years ago, so I started making myself open to people that were out here, giving them my name so they knew who I was.
Yeah.
You know what? It's worked for me. Nobody steals shit from my house.
Okay, and what is your name?
Johnny. If you need water, I have a hose outside that runs all the time. Stop there, fill your water jugs, whatever you need. And those that I get to know well enough, they're welcome to actually come in and use the shower a couple times a week. I'm
that's
not
nice.
home. My wife is. My children are. So if you need a shower, you're welcome to, come by. It would probably work better if you came by while I was there a couple of times, just so my wife gets to know you, so she doesn't think there's something stupid going on.
Right.
Stop by.
Okay, well, thank you.
A man introduces himself as John, saying he lives nearby and checks on campers. His tone is calm, friendly, almost practiced. He talks about water, mentions his home, and even offers access to a shower. Nothing he says is directly threatening, but the offers feel unnecessary. The longer he stands there speaking, the harder it is to ignore how closely he's observing her and the van.
Hey,
Hi.
so you have a guy on the mountain up there that is watching you with binoculars.
Okay, well, that's unnerving. Well, I guess I won't be staying.
Well, it's not that you can't stay. Just, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
The other side of the mountain is safer.
Really?
Yes. He's driving a older Dodge pickup, and he told me he comes out here and offers water to people, but I would stay away from him. He told me he parks up there and looks around to see who might need water, who might need this, who might need that. You see that white truck underneath the tree? Come out here and I'll show you. Just so you know.
Yeah, it's also just odd that there's not really anybody out here.
Get a good description of that truck. It's white and burgundy. Honestly, I'd move to the other side.
I did want to stay, but if there's somebody watching me, then obviously I don't think I should stay out here at all.
After he leaves, the stillness returns briefly. The quiet feels different now, heavier. Then, John comes back. He warns her that another man is watching from the mountain and suggests she relocate to the other side of the hill. She looks toward the mountain, but sees nothing. No movement, no vehicle, no sign, only open land.
So just finishing up my laundry, and then I'll probably have to leave, but that's okay. Do you need anything?
No.
Okay.
No.
As she begins packing to leave, John remains nearby. He sits on the ATV, silent, watching. He offers no explanation. He doesn't go away. The silence stretches longer than before, filled with questions that have no clear answers. She finishes loading the van and drives off, choosing distance before the unease can grow stronger. Many viewers questioned whether the warning was meant to protect or to observe her response. The changing story, the silence, and the focus on moving her location raised concern. If the threat was never visible, what was the warning actually meant to achieve? In October 2023, a solo survival trip from the YouTube channel Outdoor Boys begins deep in southeast Alaska's rainforest. The channel focuses on camping survival techniques and extended stays in extreme wilderness. Luke heads into the rainforest alone, surrounded by wet ground, dense trees, and constant moisture in the air. The plane is delayed, and that weight makes the isolation stand out right away. In a forest that rarely dries, being alone feels less like exploration and more like uncertainty.
Look at this place, it's a cold jungle. Everything is covered in moss. Well, this is the lake I was trying to find. Unfortunately, I'm on the wrong end of the lake. Hold on. There's a little something over there. Check it out, it's an old trolley. All the wood's rotted away, but you can still see the metal frame. You can see the trolley pretty good here. I think normally the water level's a little bit lower and you can walk out to that thing. Look at this. There we go, we got ourselves a nice little shelter. Oh, that's delicious. It's not fancy, but it's warm and it's quick. Two things I really appreciate right now.
While moving near the water, he comes across an old rusted trolley sitting quietly by the lake. The metal frame is broken and corroded, clearly left behind long ago. It feels out of place, like evidence that this landscape has a history of people leaving, and not everything here ends cleanly. The first day goes smoothly. Luke finds shelter, prepares food, and settles in. Everything works. The forest feels manageable, but the second day changes the tone.
Rumor has it there's brook trout in this lake, and I haven't caught a brook trout in a long time. Fishing isn't going great, the rain's picking up, and I am soaked to the bone. I think I might head back. I think I need to do something to warm myself up, and I got an idea. I'm starting to regret my idea. Okay, half of me is being boiled alive, half of me is freezing to death, and there's just a little bit of sweet spot. Oh, I think I've got the temperature dialed in pretty good. That hot water pipe is just a touch too hot, so I got a little bit of that warm waterfall coming in, mixing with it, just perfect. Between the hiking and the canoeing, I'm a little salt, pepper, a little pork jowl bacon on there, green onion, and a whole bunch of cilantro. There you go. Even with the dry kindling, that fire isn't taking aggressively. There's so much humidity in the air. I put these wet pieces of wood up here so they can dry, but they'll also act as a roof if it starts to rain, which will protect the fire. That smells good. I gotta tell you what, I'm feeling very fortunate right now. Got a nice warm fire. The rain has been really light. I got a full belly. Really, the only thing I can complain about right now is that I've got 2 visitors. No, get out of my tent. There's mice all over. Oh, mice can cause a lot of damage. Anything fuzzy, they want to steal it and take it to their nest.
He decides to fish for salmon. The weather shifts quickly. Rain intensifies, soaking his clothes and gear. He turns back cold and wet, forced to regulate his body temperature. To recover, he returns to the hot spring he found earlier. The heat brings relief, but staying too long risks burns, and stepping out means immediate cold. Comfort and danger exist side by side. Then he struggles to start a fire in the heavy humidity. Inside the tent, mice begin disturbing his space, making rest difficult. The next day, Luke packs up and heads to the beach to wait for the plane.
Well, I got a bit of bad news. I just got a message from the pilot that they're weathered in at Ketchikan, and they can't come get me. I don't know how long it's gonna last. All I know is the pilot said he'd give me an update in 2 hours. I need to get out of this rain. I'm getting soaked. I'm wet from the waist down and a little bit cold, but at least I'm not in the rain anymore. Well, the rain eased up and I got a message from the pilot. They're still socked in Ketchikan, so I'm not getting rescued anytime soon. I'm freezing. I'm just gonna walk up and down this beach till I'm warm.
Rain continues. Then a message arrives. The plane cannot come due to bad weather. Waiting stretches for hours, turning the situation from a planned trip into being truly stranded. After 5 hours in cold rain, the plane finally arrives. Luke returns home safely, the forest left behind, but not easily forgotten. Viewers pointed out that the most unsettling part wasn't wildlife, but uncertainty. Delays, weather, and isolation gradually change the situation. When rescue depends entirely on conditions outside your control, how quickly does preparation stop being enough? The next clip comes from Paranormal Discovery, a channel dedicated to exploring haunted locations, recording alleged paranormal activity, and investigating cryptid reports in remote and unsettling areas. Their teams often enter abandoned buildings, thick forests, and mountain regions, places where folklore and unexplained events seem to overlap. It is June 24th, 2025, when the crew heads into the Appalachian Mountains to examine an abandoned campsite and the nearby woods, an area long associated with strange sightings and eerie incidents. As they approach the decaying cabins and dense brush, the tension begins to rise.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna go check out down there since I saw something.
Yeah, definitely, because there's like a thing down there. Like, we all saw that.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah.
We saw the eyes, the man.
Yeah.
Like, what are we seeing exactly?
I honestly don't know, but whatever it is down there.
Right?
So yeah, good luck with that.
Good luck. Yeah, not going empty-handed out here for quite a bit.
Good luck. How you feeling?
I'm feeling nervous.
Let's reconvene maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
All right.
Perfect, man.
See y'all in a bit.
Good luck. How you feeling?
I'm feeling nervous. First off, it's been a while since we've actually been like investigating together.
That's true. I've been away for work quite a bit, so.
Yeah. So it's been quite a bit, but it's not really gonna be any different than anything else. I'm just kind of worried that there's something here, like a Bigfoot that's maybe watching us. I feel it, but also like seeing that figure, all of us.
Yeah.
It's just like, now I feel like there's something more than just Sasquatch.
You've also been like really off tonight. Like I've noticed that like you've just kind of been like just off. Like I look at you and you're just like in your own world, but you don't seem yourself.
Really?
Yeah, you just seem off tonight.
It's because like I honestly feel like someone's behind me, like walking still, even after cutting the cord. It was odd. Flashlight. All right.
Oh man, eh?
Yeah, it's creepy. Look at these cabins, man.
Whoa, it's crazy. Where do you want to start?
Let's see if we can get into one.
Okay.
They look like they're open. This one at least looks open.
Yeah, there's like no walls.
Hello? Do it?
Yeah, I do. I feel like we're being watched though.
Yeah. I feel like there's a Blair Witch chick in there, just being all sketchy and shit.
Okay, okay. Get in there.
Get in there, she's really smoked. Okay, I'll go first then.
Yeah, yeah.
She's in here. Being all sketchy.
One member offers to check a lower section where red eyes had reportedly been seen. For a brief time, the group separates, and the feeling of being watched grows stronger. Inside the cabins, shadows seem to shift in unnatural ways. One investigator reports feeling 2 clear taps on the shoulder with no visible source.
Something crawling?
Something crawling.
Who's there? Like in the path or like where?
It was on the path and it went into the bush. They were crawling. Like you could see, like it wasn't like an animal that had like, it wasn't like an animal that was like going on 4 legs. Like you can literally see like pulling, like an actual crawl. That's the second time tonight.
What the? This is really weird.
I didn't expect this from this location.
Like we haven't even explored like the rest of it.
I know. There's so much we haven't like covered.
What is it? If there is something here, then like, how far was it? Was it all the way up there?
It was like, it was like point the light. It was maybe about like 20 feet in front of us. So it wasn't that far up. I can show you. Right where that like little bush is.
The light-colored green bush?
Yeah. That's where it crawled into. But like, why are they showing crawling? Like, what does that mean?
Crawling. So Wendigo, skinwalker, but the origins of a skinwalker are way too south. I mean, spiritually they can be here, but it doesn't make sense. More like a Wendigo. What's that smell?
Oh my god, the camera just got super blurry too.
Something smells like fire.
Yeah, I smell that.
Like burning something, but I don't know where that's coming from.
And it wouldn't be our campfire because it's so far and it's like almost out at this point.
Yeah.
Later along the trail, the team sees a small figure moving across the path in a disturbingly human-like crawl before it disappears into the undergrowth. Whistling sounds echo nearby without a clear origin, and a faint burning smell appears suddenly while the camera intermittently loses focus. Moments of panic follow a sudden scream breaks through the night, though no one in the group claims to have made it. Heavy footsteps approach from the darkness with no visible person.
It's walking.
Focus.
What did you hear? What did you hear?
I don't know.
There was walking in there, like something snapping.
Yo.
Was that Angelo?
That was Angelo. He just yelled help.
Oh my god, again!
Yeah, we gotta go. Coming?
What the fuck? What the fuck?
Angelo, are you okay?
What the fuck is going on? Dude, we heard you scream. Like loud, man. You good?
Yeah.
Bro, you literally screamed.
No, I didn't say anything. I was about to...
Chills, what the fuck?
What are you guys talking about?
Bro, we heard you scream. Like, we could have sworn it was you, bro. Like, I'm not even joking.
I didn't scream. I literally didn't do a single thing. You heard me?
What the f, Chels?
Yeah, like it sounded like something. Ooh, it sounded like something fell,
Yeah.
and then all we heard was footsteps, and then it sounded like you saying help.
Dude, we literally heard your voice.
That wasn't me.
Help!
I swear I didn't say a single thing.
What?
Huh. Okay, so you guys are saying you
There's no
heard me scream.
Yeah.
I literally didn't... I just got back to the campsite. Like, I didn't do anything. I heard some weird shit down there, but I didn't scream help.
Okay, let me get this straight. We hear... This is so messed up. We hear...
Did you hear that?
We heard a whistle, like someone, like a person whistling behind a building.
Followed by a voice calling for help, matching one of the investigators exactly. When that individual insists he never made the sound, tension spreads through the group. Cameras struggle to maintain focus as the forest becomes unnaturally quiet, interrupted only by rustling and whistling that seems to move around them. By the end of the night, the team is left shaken and confused. They question whether what they encountered was a cryptid, a spirit, or something more dangerous. The experience leaves them with more uncertainty than answers. The Appalachian woods for this group felt aware, reactive, and disturbingly imitative. It was a night that blurred the line between legend and reality, one they say they won't forget. The imitation of voices and movement stands out as the most disturbing element, suggesting something more intelligent than an animal. If it could perfectly mimic one of them, what else might it be capable of? Chris headed out on a solo camping trip in Harwood Forest, England, looking for peace and quiet. After passing a loud group of young people, he moved deeper into the woods in search of solitude, eventually setting up his camp on a grassy slope with his food, drinks, and tent ready. The evening started off smoothly. He had plenty of room inside his shelter and a range of food prepared for the night. From cured meats to pastries and even supplies for making burgers, later everything seemed set for a calm and comfortable evening outdoors.
Loads of room in there for me. And I'm going to eat well tonight, mandingos. I've got the usual chorizo, peppered salami. I've got myself a couple of Cornish pasties. Got me pansexual there for burgers for later.
As the light began to fade, Chris went for a short walk to take in the surroundings. But while exploring, he lost his sense of direction and started to worry he might not make it back before dark.
So I reckon I've got about an hour and a half, 2 hours before it's dark. So rather than just sitting there drinking, I'm going to go for a little wander, see what's kicking about. This is not a bad little spot. It's on a little bit of a slope, but it's nice and grassy.
Fortunately, he found his way back to camp just in time, only to come across something unsettling.
So here we are back at the tent. Whew. I was shitting myself a bit there, like I've went right over there and I'm thinking, oh God, I'm lost. What an idiot. But I came back and here we are. I was thinking, hey, why are you some professional camper? Can't even find your tent. Hey, what the fuck's happened here? What the fuck's this? It's me fucking... Fucking hell, man. It's fucking strange. Two fucking... Sorry for the language, guys. 2 Cornish pasties and meat's gone. I mustn't like peppered salami, that's still there. And thank God my whiskey's still there.
Some of his food items had disappeared without explanation. Certain meats and pastries were missing, while other items had been left untouched. Even his bottle of whiskey was still there. The situation left him confused. Was it animals a prank from other campers or something more unusual? Although nothing else appeared disturbed, the uneasy feeling remained. Chris stayed through the night, but the thought that something or someone had been close to his campsite never fully went away. Food going missing in the woods is often blamed on animals, but the selective way items were taken raises questions. Why were some things left behind? Could it have been people passing through, or is there a possibility something more mysterious was involved? If you were in Chris's situation, would you have packed up and left after noticing the missing food, or stayed the night with that lingering sense of unease? Anthony had been camping alone deep in the forest, taking in the quiet stillness of the night. But sometime after midnight, that calm was suddenly broken. A disturbing sound cut through the silence and snapped him awake. Still half asleep and disoriented, he reached for his camera to record what was happening. What he picked up was a scream, sharp, unnatural, and unlike anything he had ever heard from animals before. The tension grew when he noticed the entrance of his tent wasn't completely sealed. He quickly pulled it shut, his heart pounding as the strange noise seemed to circle around his campsite. Then, without any warning, the footage stopped, leaving no clear explanation of what happened next. Some think the sound may have come from a fox, an owl, or another nocturnal animal known for eerie calls. Others believe it sounded too unnatural, raising the possibility of something paranormal or even a person moving through the woods that night. If you were alone out there and heard a scream like that circling your tent, would you stay inside and wait or run straight into the darkness? The next disturbing clip comes from Chris Atoni, a channel centered on long-distance hiking, outdoor travel, and exploring the natural environment. On this trip, the group continues along the Appalachian Trail, capturing the rugged scenery of Franconia Ridge while facing the uncertainty that comes with the wilderness. It is July 16th, 2025, at the Liberty Springs campsite in New Hampshire. The hikers have set up their tents in alpine terrain beneath the peaks of Liberty Flume and Lafayette. As night settles in, the camp seems peaceful with the surrounding forest quiet.
It does really. Just the vestibule.
Oh my god, dude. I just got attacked by a bear out here. Oh my god, dude. It's got a claw mark in it. Holy. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
Good morning.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, it's up here too.
Yeah, so this is the Liberty Springs tent site, and I don't know, around 3 a.m. bear came through and was rattling the privy, and evidently it was the caretaker's cooking area. Went away and came back again, and caretaker scared it away from his area. And then a few minutes later, I heard it up on the platform, and it was like seconds. It just like pounced on Metro's tent. And so we all started screaming bear, and then the whole campsite woke up, and it was running around for a while. We chased it away with some big rocks, and now everybody's awake. So there's no food in the tent, no wrappers in the tent, there's no nothing. We're clean.
But around 3 a.m., that calm is broken. A bear enters the campsite, moving near the privy and the caretaker's cooking area. Although it is driven off at first, it quickly returns. Moments later, it charges onto one of the tents while a hiker is still inside. The group yells and throws rocks until the animal finally backs off. Before leaving, the bear pulls at a metal bear box and leaves deep claw marks across the tent. By morning, the damage is obvious. One tent heavily torn, the bear box overturned, and a group of shaken but unharmed hikers. Metro, the camper inside the tent, escapes without injury, and the group continues north toward Garfield Ridge, thankful to be safe but reminded how quickly things can change in the wilderness. Encounters like this show both how unpredictable wildlife can be and how important it is to follow proper campsite practices. Even without food or trash inside a tent, a curious or hungry bear can still become a serious danger. What makes this especially unsettling is how quickly it happened, just seconds from silence to chaos. If the group hadn't responded in time, would the outcome have been different?